Everyone is talking about the new 50-year mortgage. Some people say it's the worst idea in real estate, others say it's the only way to make homes affordable again. But here's the truth, this loan could completely change how people buy homes in Denver, Colorado, and not necessarily in the way you think. So let's start with the basics. What even is a 50-year mortgage? It's exactly what it sounds like. Instead of spreading your mortgage over 30 years, you spread it over 50 years. Now the payment becomes smaller, but the trade-off is that you pay significantly more interest over time. Right now, it's being talked about because of affordability challenges, high interest rates, and lenders experimenting with new structures. Now, some lenders are already testing it, and it's becoming part of the national conversation. So what do these numbers actually look like? Let's break it down based on a typical home in Denver, Colorado. Now, we're going to use the medium close price in Denver metro market, which is $595,000 at the time of recording. Now, let's assume a 10% down payment, giving us a loan amount of $535,500. Now, to keep things simple, we're going to exclude taxes and insurance, and we're going to set the interest rate at 6%. Let's go to the first example. Now, scenario number one, a 30-year mortgage at 6%, your monthly payment is going to be $3,210.59, and your total interest, $620,313.50. Now, scenario number two, on a 50-year mortgage at 6%, your monthly payment is going to be $2,818.90, or $391.69 less per month than the 30-year mortgage. Now, for some buyers, saving almost $400 a month feels like the answer. But here's the catch. The longer the loan, the higher the interest rate, and a 15-year loan is usually about 0.5% lower than a 30-year loan. So for a 50-year loan, let's bump the rate from 6% to 6.5% just to stay realistic. Your monthly payment is now $3,018.70, and your monthly savings compared to the 30-year loan is $191.89, or an annual savings of $2,302.68. Now that's real money, and yes, over 50 years, you would save $115,134 in monthly payments. But here's the scary part. You also pay $655,408 more dollars in interest compared to the 30-year loan. That means your total interest on a 50-year loan becomes $1.27 million, meaning you'll pay about $1.8 million to buy a $595,000 home. So after looking at the numbers, you can see why the 50-year mortgage is gaining traction. Here are the top 3 reasons people like the idea. House loans are completely different from car loans. A car loan is 3 to 5 years and you're gonna pay that off. But a 30 to 50-year house loan, no. You'll probably move in 5 to 10 years because life changes. You want a bigger house, you want a smaller house, you want a different neighborhood, etc. This can be good for most people because you don't care about the interest rate. You're pretty much banking on appreciation in Denver, or if you're watching this in another state, you're banking on the appreciation of homes in your current neighborhood. The lower monthly payment of $150 to $400 could help you have some more cushion in your monthly budget. This could be the difference in having groceries or being able to go out and actually enjoy yourself. So it's hard for me to immediately shoot this down because yes, you're going to be paying a lot more interest, but are you really going to be in your house long enough to actually pay this interest? This is definitely a good short-term and very, 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 very bad on the long term. But once you move past the lower payment, there are some major downsides. The biggest downside is you end up paying hundreds of thousands or over $1 million in extra interest over the time of the loan. Here's what the equity actually looks like after 10 years. So on a 30-year loan, you've paid $11,200 towards your principal. On a 50-year loan, you've paid only $2,731 towards your principal. So on a 50-year loan, your equity growth is almost non-existent within the first decade. Now, another reason that this can be bad for homebuyers is it can actually push home prices a lot higher. If lower payments allow more buyers to qualify, demand increases, and when demand rises faster than inventory, guess what? Prices climb. So this can make homes way less affordable in the long run. And the perfect example of this is during COVID. Now, we had rates at 2%, which means pretty much everybody could afford a home. But when prices climbed so much because everyone was bidding on the same houses, that people were losing out on homes, even offering $50,000 over asking. The people who benefit most from a 50-year loan are first-time homebuyers who need a lower monthly payment. Now, buyers who kind of want to stretch their money a bit further to buy a more expensive house, or I could definitely see this being popular with investors who are focusing on maximizing their monthly cash flow. Now, who do I think should avoid a 50-year mortgage? People who plan on staying in their home long-term should probably opt for a 30-year, or if you can swing it, even a 15-year mortgage. Now, if you don't have a clear refinance plan or an exit plan, you could be stuck paying millions of dollars in lifetime interest. Now, what does this mean for Denver? A 50-year mortgage can make it easier for certain buyers to get into the Denver metro market, but it could also raise prices and slow down equity buildup. How it affects Denver depends on how widely it's adopted and how buyers use it day to day. Now, here's my honest opinion. The 50-year mortgage isn't automatically good or bad. I think it's a tool, and for some people, it's a smart short-term solution. Saving on your monthly payment can drastically change how you feel each month, or even if you can afford a house in general. Now, for others, I think it can be a long-term financial trap. If you plan on staying long, or if you actually plan on paying off your mortgage, I know, you'll be paying millions of dollars in lifetime interest. Well, that's going to do it for a real estate agent's take on the 50-year mortgage. If you have any thoughts on a 50-year mortgage that you felt I didn't cover, please feel free to drop that down in the comments below. I am always interested to see what other people think, and I will definitely respond to those comments. I'm Kareem Howard, a licensed realtor with Gerlach Homes in Denver, Colorado, and I will see you guys in the next video.